So we should be live with the second episode of the Pokemon Sun and Moon walkthrough. Here we are.
Hello, Pokemon Masters.
Hello, welcome back, PDWinnall. So, what kind of Pokemon did you get? Don't keep me waiting. So, in the last episode, we got ourselves a Poplio as our starter Pokemon, which is really awesome. I love Poplio, I love it. In this episode, we are going to continue with basically the tutorial section of Pokemon Sun and Moon, the very beginning of the game. 100 likes would be absolutely amazing on this video for the next part to be uploaded as soon as possible within the next hour or so. And let's do this. Here's our Meowth, our mom's Meowth, I should say. So I'm currently live streaming the game. I feel the need to update the live stream as it's going on as well. Oh, and what we should do is update the layout. I completely forgot. I'm sorry. Yeah, here's the next day. Let's do this. Let's see what's going on. Oh, what a stunning sunset. All right, today's the day that I finally unpack. Our mother hasn't even unpacked just yet. That's, yeah. Was that the doorbell? Go see who it is, PDWinnall. Okie dokie. So it's going to be Kukui again, I believe. Kukui just walks in. He doesn't even care. Kind of rude in my personal opinion. But hopefully in this episode we're going to get our second Pokemon. I'm not too sure. Hey there, PDWinnall. It's about time we set out for the festival, yeah? Awesome. But first, now that you're a real Pokemon trainer with your own Pokemon, I've got to show you something. Come with me out to Route 1. Okie dokie. So now we're going to be introduced to the capturing mechanics. It's a shame that we can't skip this because, we're Pokemon Masters. I'm here with Birdkeeper Toby.
I've played Pokemon before. I know how it works.
I wish
you don't need to show me.
I do wish this kind of stuff was optional. It's one of the complaints I have about Pokemon being kind of dumbed down, but at the same time I understand it. I don't understand people complaining about the type advantages being shown on the bottom screen when you're in battles. I really like that as an inclusion. It really helps people get into the game if they're I don't know, Gen 1ers. Well, I know that's a very controversial word to use, but if they're unfamiliar with the brand new Pokemon, it's a way of letting them learn very easily. So I don't mind that kind of stuff so much. So you know that wild Pokemon, we know this Kukui. I wish this was skippable, but it's alright because then we're going to be thrust into the game. We're going to head to the next little town.
As far as I'm concerned, the more educated Pokemon Masters out there,
the better
for everyone.
Yeah, the more that they teach people, the better. But I just wish it was skippable for people like us. So anyway, Buckruff, here we go. They're speakers.
I was going to see if that was going to melt.
No, it's fine, it's fine. You gotta weaken a Pokemon up a bit before you try lobbing a Pokeball at it. If there's anything that doesn't make sense in the video on demand, I'm talking to Toby, and I'm also talking to currently 770 people who are watching the live stream live. So
That's
thank
incredible.
you guys.
And thank you all so much for liking the live stream and sharing it out.
Yeah, you guys are absolutely amazing. And thank you guys for watching the video on demands if you're watching them. Watching the individual walkthrough parts. Very beginning of this game is very slow. I've said that numerous times, but
I think also a lot of the stuff on the first island is seeable throughout various trailers and things. You're only really going to start getting all the new stuff and the variation as we proceed to later parts of the game.
Yeah, that's when things are going to
There is an urge to get to the next bit and get...
Yeah, that's when things are going to get really interesting. So, I'm sorry the beginning of the game's a little bit slow, but it's going to be fantastic. So... yeah, you obtain 10 Pokeballs. That's awesome. That means we can start capturing our next team members. I have an idea of what I want. So you obtain 5 potions. You open up the medicine pocket. Why don't you have a little adventure of your own out of Tiki Town? Okay, so we're going to continue up on this route. We're going to take on the very beginning trainers, I believe. I think that'll be a good way just to get experience. Of course it'll be a good way to get experience. I'm not going to capture Pikipek, but hey, here's our first introduction to one of the brand new Pokemon in the Alola region, Pikipek. I really like Pikipek. I really like its evolutions. Unfortunately, a lot of stuff was leaked as Pokemon Sun and Moon, the CIA files, basically files that you can install to an encrypted Nintendo 3DS system. They were leaked early. There was a lot of leaks, but don't worry, we're not going to be talking about them in these videos. So what is this Pokemon? It's another Pikipek. There's a Pokemon I want on this route, but it's not Pikipek. I want to get our second team member now. Because it's going to also, its final evolution is going to serve an introduction to a brand new feature in this game. So what's this item? It's a potion. Very, very useful. Thank you, game. I believe there's a couple of trainers. Yeah, we are in this trainer's sightline. This is really cool. So you can see when you're basically going to, like, risk being in a battle with a trainer. So if you wanted to avoid this trainer, you'd simply walk out of their sightline. Unfortunately, this trainer is required. Not unfortunately, though, because I'll battle him anyway, because I want the experience. I'm going to be skipping a lot of the unrequired fights throughout the course of this game, because obviously I want to get through the game as quick as possible for you guys. I want to show you guys the cool stuff of this game. So, yeah. But this trainer's required. He has an Alolan Rattata. So basically, in this game, for those of you that haven't been keeping up with the trailers and stuff like that, maybe you're unfamiliar with the game, a brand new kind of regional variant system has been introduced into Pokemon Sun and Moon. And Pokemon that we've came to know and love, Pokemon like Rattata, Raticate, Pokemon like that, they have different regional variants now. This is Rattata's Alolan form. It's a dark normal type, is it, Toby?
I think it's just a dark type.
Is it just flat out dark type?
Normal.
I can't remember exactly. If it was dark normal, then I mean it's 4 times weak to fighting.
I think it's just dark.
Yeah, dark would make
But
sense.
I'd actually quite like to capture one. I think they look very cool.
I think they look amazing. They look fantastic. Youngster Jimmy with a Rattata. Why not call the NPC Joey? I know, right?
Has he made a comment about shorts yet?
Let's check.
No, is he the shorts guy?
I don't think he is.
Or is he's the top percentage of Rattata guys?
Oh, Joey is the top percentage guy.
Right.
Yeah. So, anyway, we could skip this trainer, but I want to get the experience very early on because, hey, the game is quite difficult. For those of you wondering, like maybe Pokemon X and Y and Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were too easy for you guys. Maybe the EXP share mechanics really put you off and made it too easy for you. Pokemon Sun and Moon, in my personal opinion, much more difficult. A lot more difficult.
Yeah.
It might be because of the way that I play through the game, but it's just in my personal opinion, I thought it was a little bit more difficult. You don't need to explain this. We have seen the Alola forms. I know a lot of you guys have seen the Alola forms. You guys are probably the hardcore people watching the early stages of this walkthrough, but hey,
people watching later might not know.
Might not know. So I just want to introduce everything. So we're going to take on this Caterpie. Unfortunately, Caterpie does not have an Alolan variant, but that's quite alright. I do wish more Pokemon received Alola forms, though. That would have been awesome. Okie dokie. So, is there any items nearby? There is one item that I want to grab right here. Here we go. That you found a Pokeball. Very useful. I do want to try to get my next team member fairly early-ish. But I might do that off-screen, and by off-screen I mean like in the live stream, in something that's not going to be like in a video on demand. So let's go grab this item right here. You found a potion. Awesome. Let's just run around, let's see what comes up in the grass. There's a few brand new Pokemon that I do want to showcase to you guys, just in case. So this is a Metapod. Okay, we already know what a Metapod is, though it'll be a good XP, so I'm going to take that down. Hi Toby, I came from your channel. I'm so glad I did. Thank you so much for coming to the channel, Elizabeth Collins. I really appreciate that. And thank you, Toby, for promoting the live stream and all that kind of stuff.
Not a problem.
Okay, so we should be able to 2-hit KO this Metapod and get some really good XP. We want to get as much experience early on in the game as possible because there's a few required fights and we want to be a high enough level to actually be able to take everything on. So we are level 7 now. That is absolutely fantastic. Ton of XP. That's what I like to see. That rhymed. I'm really happy with myself. Let's continue.
That Popplio is pure water. I think you already know that.
Oh yeah, Popplio is pure water. Its final evolution isn't, though. But Popplio does get access to quite a lot of
fairy moves.
Fairy type attacks, especially early on in the game. So yeah, Preschooler Oliver. Let's do this. Senpai, notice me for no reason, please. You have been noticed. You are going to be in the video on demand. So right here is another brand new Alola Pokemon. You guys are probably all familiar with what this is. But this is Young Goose. And I quite like Young Goose. There's a lot of comparisons to a certain president-elect. But yeah. So let's continue on. We are going to just water gun this. Fortunately, Poplio is more than enough to get to take everything out in 2 shots, which is absolutely fantastic. So here we go. Absolutely wonderful. I'm looking forward to getting to the next few towns. Really looking forward to this. 48. Well, we have a ton of cash. I believe you're given a ton of cash at the beginning of this game. This is really useful for you guys, by the way. Let's check the trainer passport. Okay, so we only have 5,000. I believe you're given more, right? You're given more, Toby?
I have no idea.
I'm sure you're given more because I remember seeing a lot of money at the beginning of the game. But yeah, let's continue on. There's a lot of comments in the stream chat. Okay, here we go. So we're back in Iki Town, basically. We need to just have a look around. I think there's an item someone gives to us, but I'm not too sure. Those guys have been enough. They're intimidated by Harla. The Alola region is made up of our 4 islands, and each island has its own guardian Pokemon. Our festival today is held to express our thanks to those great Pokemon guardian deities. Yeah, that's their official name, guardian deities, I believe. Right. For always remaining by our side. Well, we may call it a festival, but it's just this little thing you see here. Okie dokie, so we're going to have our second rival battle in just a moment. I forgot about this, actually. Let's do this. How's it, PDWinnall? Man, I thought you'd never make it. Me and Litten have been waiting for ages. Okie dokie, so this is just another rival battle for us to do. Let's do this. Right on time. Here's Lily again. A full-powered festival for Pokemon battling. We battle in the name of Tapu Koko, pitting our best moves against one another in friendly competition to please our guardian. Woo! Kaku is always so cheerful. He's always so happy. Fantastic. Okie dokie. So for those of you wondering how we're playing the game so early, the game is officially out in Australia now. It's on the Australian eShop. While we are both Europeans, we have set our Nintendo 3DSs to be able to access the Australian eShop. That's how we're playing it so early. Anyway, we're going to have our Pokemon battle right now. He's going to have 2 Pokemon, but they're not going to be too difficult. They're not going to be too difficult at all in the slightest, I think. I hope. We'll see. We'll see. Something I do love about this game is the dynamic battle backgrounds. And I'm going to show it you guys in just a second. But there's so much more detail in these games. We mentioned in the Elite Four podcast, this is a podcast that we were running up till a few days ago. All year round. It's going to be coming back in the new year. But we mentioned that Pokemon Sun and Moon are pretty much twice the size of Pokemon X and Y and Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and I think it's because of the amount of detail that they've put into the game with the battle backgrounds, which you're going to see in just a second, just how large the cities are, all that kind of stuff. It's absolutely fantastic. So, as you can see, people are surrounding us, people are watching us right now in the battle. That's superb. Let's water gun this. Hopefully this Pichu isn't going to be too much of a bother. It's going to charm. It's going to lower our attack, but that's fine. We're a special attacker. So that's no worries. It's going to be a 3-hit KO crit bearing, I guess. We'll see. But these early battles, they're not going to be too much of a worry, so don't worry. Worry. I keep saying worry. Okie dokie. Oh, a lot of people are complaining that Poplio is listed as Water Fairy on the layout. That is such an oversight. I'm so sorry. So I'm currently doing this live. I'm sorry for that oversight. I'm an idiot. Please forgive me. The live videos, well, they're going to get a lot of comments saying Poplio
is a water type.
It's a water type, so it's a good way to get comments. Which is pretty bad. But it's alright. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for that overlook. I'll fix that for the next episode of the series, I guess. Water gun. We should be able to 2-hit KO this Growl. I'm not afraid of Growl, but our physical attack is very low right now. So we're just going to... I can't believe I did that. That's okay. Such a bad mistake. Water gun, here we go. Ember. It's I guess it's one of the things that I overlook because I'm more worrying about just keeping the stream going and all that kind of stuff. So I'm sorry, I tried to make the stream layout as good as possible, and the video layout as cool as possible. Anyway, level 9, absolutely fantastic. I believe the starter Pokemon evolve fairly late. At least the first starter, like first stage evolutions, are fairly late in comparison to prior games. So we are going to want to get as much experience as possible. Tapu Koko best have liked that battle. Let's do this. It was a good battle with this, even Tapu Koko. Oh, there's Tapu Koko. You heard it. Tapu Koko's song of approval. I'm glad Tapu Koko liked it. Phew. So we're playing Pokemon Sun version, by the way, for people wondering. Please turn the game volume up. It's really low. I can fix that for the next episode. I'm sorry. And here's the Z-Ring. This is the Z-Ring. So there's brand new attacks, and we're going to be introduced to it now. So I'll read out the text and then I'll introduce it. A mysterious armband that can draw out the power that lies deep within Pokemon. Can bring forth their Z power. We Kahunas can make them by refining stones like the sparkling stone that you receive from Tapu Koko. Although until you collect more Z crystals during your island challenges, you will not be able to draw out the Z power of your Pokemon. And yet you have already received that sparkling stone. It seems Tapu Koko took quite a liking to you. Or perhaps it has a mission for you. In other words, it's time for you to get out there and start your island challenge. If you visit every island, maybe you'll figure out what that mission is. Let's do the island challenge. Let's do it. Let's do it. Island challenge is about aiming to be the strongest trainer, the island challenge champion. Sounds great, right? Can't wait to have a real adventure. So yeah, as I said in the last episode, gyms have been replaced with trials. It's such a really cool thing. Like I was a bit worried about it, like deviating from the norm, but fortunately the implementation is incredible. So yeah, Tapu Koko is amazing, isn't it? I hope I can meet it again someday and thank it for saving Nebby. Me too. That's very blunt of you. Me. It saved you as well, didn't it? And left you with that sparkling stone, even though you were strangers to this place. Okie dokie, so suppose it's time we get you kids home. Alright, we are going to head to the next town. Just, I believe it is to the west of this town. Honey, I'm home. There's Meowth. I love that the Kanto version of Meowth is in the game. Oh, PDWinnall, you're back already. I thought you'd want to stay in Iki Town longer. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I don't know if I am, especially right after that great battle. I was captivated to see my own boy fighting in such perfect sync with his Pokemon. Maybe it would be a good idea for you to try that island challenge thing. It's something you can only do in Alola. Okie dokie. She's got a date with her bed. It's me. Okie dokie. So, another day is going to pass, I believe. We'll see. I can't remember. Yeah, the next day. Here we go. PDWinnall, did you get the Munchlax yet? The Munchlax is something I can showcase to you guys, actually. I wonder what today will bring me. A visitor, it's probably going to be Kukui. Of course it's going to be Kukui. He'll walk in himself, because he's that rude. Actually, no, it's not Kukui. Who is it? Who's there? I think it's Hal. Is it Hal? I don't know. No, it's Lily. I was incorrect. Any news on Magina QR codes? It's going to be available on the 7th of December. We're going to be able to get Magina on the 7th of December, I believe, which is really, really cool. It's this way. So we got to head to the Professor's Labratory now, which is pretty interesting. So we're going to head there in just a second. Little pocket money for you. Don't go wasting it on anything too silly. Oh, okay, the pocket money. That's where all the money comes from. We get pocket money. That's where we get 30,000 Pokédollars. Absolute balling for this time of the game. You can get a Munchlax. Yes, there's a Munchlax available on the Nintendo Network right now. So all you have to do is go into Mystery Gift and obtain it via the internet. I will showcase that to you guys in the 3rd episode. You have a very nice mother, don't you? Okie dokie. So we gotta head to the Pokemon Research Laboratory. Just a little bit east of this town. There's a Tauros blocking the way right here. Actually, we have to go down here. That Tauros is going to play a little bit more of a role in just a second. It's here. Here's where we have to go. Completely forgot. You can only reach the Professor's lab by treading through the tall grass here. Let's see what Pokemon are in here. And as I said, the variety in Pokemon here are absolutely fantastic. It's wonderful. So, Cosmog seems to be a very rare Pokemon. It came from far, far away. Okie dokie. Seems to have very strange power. Used that power to save me once. Awesome, awesome. So yeah, there's a lot of Pokemon. There's a lot of like variety. There's a massive amount of variety. It's fantastic. There's a few fights we can have as well. I do feel like having them because I do want to get as much XP as possible. So we'll do that. Let's see. What does this trainer have? Hopefully it's nothing too much of a bother because we do only have one Pokemon. And I know Popplio is only water type. I'm so sorry. I'm such an idiot. I'll fix that out on the layout. Grubbin. Okay, Grubbin is another brand new Pokemon, which is being introduced to us right now. I believe it's available on the first route. I'm not too sure though. It was revealed during the E3 live demonstration, or should I say the trailer that followed the E3 live demonstration, which was really, really cool. So yeah, let's take on this Grubbin. Fortunately, it's a 2-hit KO. Yeah, speed harshly foul, so we're going to probably be slower than this thing. If we're not, yeah, I was going to say, if we're not, that really says a lot about Grubbin's base stats. Okie dokie, one more water gun, and hopefully we're going to be able to get to around level 10, level 11 before we get to the next city. Youngster Kevin is defeated. I think there's a couple more trainers we can take on. I'm unsure though. But we can just simply hop this fence so we don't actually have to take on any of the wild Pokemon there. And here is the Labratory, the research lab. Here's Lily once again, and oh, Professor Cuckoo is up to no good. Oh yeah, Rockruff, let's go, give it everything you've got. My body is ready. Woo! That's a Reggie reference and a frickin' Ric Flair reference. Woo! Alright, there they go again. The Pokemon Research Lab has its unique charm, as I think you might agree. Yeah, it's certainly different to any research laboratory that's been in any other Pokemon game, I guess. Hey, actually, it doesn't look too different. So let's go in there. Professor, he never stops researching moves, not even inside the lab itself. Just washed his lab coat and finally got it clean. Oh, Lily's so sweet. She does all his laundry for him.
She's like one of my new favourite Pokemon characters, I think.
Same here, same here. The more we'll get into the game, the more we'll learn about her. Oh, she's so sweet. Bless her heart. There's a what's it called? The Pokemon that you find really cute.
The Pokemon that I find really cute?
Yeah.
Stuffle.
Stuffle.
This overworld sprite is amazing.
Its little cry is so cute as well.
You have to play it for the stream.
Yes, I will. Of course, however, I can get a help. However, I can be a help. I'm supposed to be your assistant. Apparently, I can't read. I'm from Birmingham. I can't read. So, hey, people, let me just see your Pokédex for just a second. We've got one whole Pokemon. So what do you think of this place? Not bad, right? It actually looks really sweet. There's Luvdisc, there's Corsola. You can see a ton of Pokemon's overworld sprites, which are absolutely fantastic. It would have been absolutely wonderful if Pokemon could follow you. Because I feel like the technology is here now, but it doesn't look like it's happening just yet. I'll tell you about Votom. It's a peculiar Pokemon with a body made up of something like electricity. It can take up residence in machines. Yeah, buddy, and to put that crazy skill of Votom's to work, it's the next generation of Pokedexes. But it's only complete once Votom has gone into this body specially developed for it. A whole new way for people and Pokemon to communicate. Woo! And there's a few of these beauties out in the world so far. And now if I power up your Pokedex with the parts that I just got in. So Toby, you might have a theory about this Rotom Pokedex coming soon.
I did a video a little while ago about the Rotom Dex and who created it.
Yeah.
And I might be doing another video on that later this week.
Yeah, so check out Birdkeeper Toby's channel. Links in the description down below for more stuff like that. It's interesting, right, though, because Rotom isn't in the Alola Pokedex. Rotom isn't in the Alola Pokedex, but we can see its overworld sprite right now, which is really, really weird. But I don't know. But we're gonna be given the Rotom Pokedex in just a second. It's such a help. Oh my god, there's so many amazing features that Rotom Pokedex
I really like
provides.
the Rotom Dex.
Oh yeah, it's so useful. It's kind of inspired by Yokai Watch and the implementation of something in Yokai Watch. I'm not fully educated on it, but it's really, really cool. Well, I can tell, yeah, it looks like Rotom has taken a liking to you. Awesome. we're taking quite a long time here. There's a lot of introductory and tutorial stuff at the beginning of this game, and I'm sorry. You can see where you're headed just by looking at Rotom. And if you give it a little tap, you can even check out the town map. This is the best thing about the Rotom Pokedex. The fact that there's a dynamic map that tells you where you are at any specific moment in time, and that it shows you which specific spot of the map you're in. It is incredible. I love it. It's amazing. And it's really necessary as well, because the Alola region is quite complicated. It's difficult to get around. And people are putting in the chat, it's the yokai pad, so you guys know why it is. Thank you guys. But yeah, really, really amazing feature. That's why I'm letting Lily stay up there. So Lily's staying at Kakui's house. So PDWinnall, I'm leaving this Rotom Dex in your hand. Rotom, you looked after PDWinnall, yeah? That's the Rotom Pokedex. It's kind of cute. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we're going to do our first Island Challenge. We're going to become the Island Challenge champion, hopefully. I can't wait to introduce the Island challenges to you guys. 4 main islands to make up Alola and a Kahuna for each one of them. If you wish to be recognised by the Kahunas as worthy, it said you must clear 7 trials. PDWinnall, I want you and Poplio to get out there and give it a shot. You're able to fully use your Pokemon moves in your very first battle. Okie dokie. Yeah, I'll do it. Sure. Why not, Hal? Let's do it. Awesome. Meeting all kinds of Pokemon on your Island Challenge. Here, everybody on the Island Challenge gets one of these Island Challenge amulets. I can't wait to show you guys the first Island Challenge. It's really interesting. I love the introduction of like totem Pokemon, and it's just different. It's much different to the regular formula. I could gush about all this kind of stuff for days though, so I shall be quiet. Alright, get a move on. Okay, yes sir, let's do this. To the trainer's school. More introduction stuff, and this is required, guys. This is unfortunately required. It's unskippable, but it is what it is, I guess. So anyway, let's continue. Oh, just listen to how cute this is. I hope you guys can hear that. Look how adorable it is. Oh, it's so cute. Bless its heart. Okie dokie. So, what I'm thinking, we will take on the trainer school in the next episode. Basically, like right now in the live stream. But I'm going to be uploading these live stream parts separately. So that's why I'm explaining that, just for those of you in the live stream. We're going to take on the trainer school and in the next episode. So yeah, live stream. Stay tuned for that. And for those of you watching the videos on demand, see you guys in the next episode.